Yeah, hey Alex, it seems like he's been really effective at drawing defenses off sides this year. You probably have the advantage as well of the crowd noise not being as big a factor as it usually is. Is that something you've worked with him? And then just relative to your experience working with quarterbacks over the years, what ability does he have? Does he bring in terms of getting you those extra 5 yards and potentially free plays?
Yeah, no, he's been really good. As an offense, we really believe in cadence variation, trying to keep defenses off balance. If you get an offside, that's great, but you're also in their head all game long as what cadence is he going on, so they can't jump the count. It comes down to voice inflection. Just getting into a rhythm, kind of lulling the defense to sleep, and then using your cadence variation to get them off sides. I thought Aaron Rodgers was really good at this. I learned a lot from him. And Baker just, has taken it as a challenge to get defenses off sides, and he's done a great job.
Thank you, Jake. Daryl Ryder has our next question.
Hey, Coach, we saw Baker make some tough throws Sunday in Jacksonville, but he also missed a couple of, quote unquote, easy ones, especially the one to Kareem on third down and then Rashard Higgins in the end zone. What are your coaching points on something like that? Is there something you saw in Baker's mechanics on those throws or whatever? And what do you tell him, to maybe get him over his own self-criticism?
Don't overanalyze it. That's the biggest thing. It happens. He made 4, 5, 6 different throws in that game that were big time throws in tight windows down the field with great accuracy. And then he missed, like you said, a couple easy ones. He obviously said that as well. You just don't overanalyze. It's part of the game. You're going to miss them. Guys are going to have drops that are in their hands, and we're going to miss throws to guys that are open. So that's just part of the game. Not dwelling too much into it, trying to overanalyze and have it become a mental thing. At that point, just throw it to the guy. He's open, throw it to him. Very simple coaching points.
Thank you, Daryl. We'll go to Tom Withers.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Coach. A couple of those tight throws you talked about went to Jarvis Landry, who had about as clutch a game as you can have last week. What does it mean for this offense, Alex, to have him, produce like that? I know you don't always look at his stats necessarily. He does so many things out there, but to him to have that kind of a big game for you guys.
It was huge. He came up big for us time and time again. Critical catches, tough contested catches. His hand strength really showed up there, really strong hands at the point. And that's something that we got to find more ways to get him involved because obviously he can take over a game like he did the other day.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tom. Dan Lobby, you're up.
Hey, Coach. One of the things you guys have been really good at this year is at the end of half, and like the end of the first half, you get the ball with 4 minutes. You kind of run it down and get points. What do you think is the key to being able to do that so consistently?
I think it's every drive that we go out there with the mindset that we want to possess the ball, take it down the field and score. I don't think there's any more emphasis put on it than any other drive, to be honest with you. It's just the way it's unfolded this year for us. When you defer in the first half and you get a chance to score at the end of the half and then come out and get the ball in the second half, that could potentially be a 14-point swing. So there is a little bit of emphasis on just the fact that we want to score before the half and get the ball back when we defer. But every mindset, every drive, we have that mindset. We want to possess the ball, long drives, convert on third down, and finish in the end zone.
But there's nothing like in the back of your mind thinking, hey, if we get this down to the 2-minute warning, we can kind of do what we want after that.
Yeah, no, there's definitely clock management that comes in, and I thought Coach and Ryan did a great job of managing the clock. When do you huddle? When do you decide to really shift into 2 minute there and get the line of scrimmage? You obviously want to score with leaving them as little time as possible left in the half.
Thanks, Dan. Next is Scott Petrick.
Hey, Alex, I wanted to ask you about Nick Chubb a little bit. He said when he first came back from that injury, he was knocking the rust off. Do you think he's 100% back to 100%, or there's still a little bit of room to go to get where he was before the injury?
I hope there's room to go, but I think he's pretty much 100% in my eyes right now, the things he does on the field. I'm sure he was knocking rust off in his first game back, but if there's more to give, I can't wait to see it. But I'm, really proud of Nick and the way he's come back from that and produced for us.
And we're so focused on the Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb aspect of this game. Do you think Nick takes any extra motivation in being on the same field as the guy that beat him for the rushing title last year?
Possibly, but he's not playing against Henry. We're going against that Titans defense, and that's kind of how approach has to be the mindset. Is there extra motivation? No, I think he wants to be great every game. This one's no different than any other.
Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Jeff Shadell has our next question.
Hey, Coach, another Baker question. I don't think he's thrown a pick since that Cincinnati game. What has been the key to him doing that for 4 games now?
It's really a mindset, I think, and we do talk about it. We don't talk a lot about it because I think you can put that out there and it can backfire on you. But just really the mindset. I'm not going to turn the ball over. And he's really grasped that now in the last 4 or 5 weeks. You can make that decision. You ultimately make the final decision of where the ball goes, who it goes to, and then where that location of that ball is thrown. And just understanding the importance of turnovers and giveaways and how that's a big part of our success is not turning the football over. And I think he's really grasped that now and understands how important that is. If we can come away from a game with no interceptions or no turnovers, we're going to be in a good position to win it at the end. And I think now he really understands that.
Thank you, Jeff. Nate Ulrich, you're up.
Hey, Coach. Andy Janovich coming back. It's not easy for most fans to look at the stat line and pinpoint exactly what you guys missed without him. So what does he bring? What do you guys get back with Andy Janovich being back?
Yeah, no, he's a very good fullback, lead fullback, and to be able to have somebody to lead from that position in the backfield just gives you a different aspect in your run game. Really, a lot of the single back stuff we've done has been very productive, obviously, but to have another guy back there that can kind of lead the way for the running backs is crucial. A lot of teams don't face a true fullback, so linebackers having to fit a fullback leading on them is a little bit different than playing zone combinations with the offensive line. So it gives you another variable there in the run game, and he's a big part of that. And also, he catches the ball extremely well in the backfield.
Hey, we talked to Jack Conklin yesterday, and he said that he's fired up to play a lot of friends and go back to a place where he had a lot of memories. Do you sense that from him this week? And what kind of season has he put together in his first one with Cleveland?
He's outstanding. I haven't really felt that excitement him going back yet. Not really around the guys enough under the protocols to really get that feel. But he's been a big part of our success. He's really solidified that right side. He is a true pro. He approaches it the right way. He's a very good player on that right side. He's been great for us. So great job by him as we expected to come in and fill that spot on the right side.
Thanks, Nate. We have time for 3 more. Mary Kay Cabot, Tony Grossi, Scott Petrick. Mary Kay, go ahead.
In terms of Baker not throwing the picks, how is he doing at striking that balance between not throwing them and maintaining his aggressiveness and his swagger that he's known for?
Yeah, that's always the question, Mary Kay, to be honest with you. Aaron Rodgers, the same thing in Green Bay. He gets criticized at times for not taking chances. But at the end of the day, you look at the turnover ratio again and how critical that is to team success. We're going to be aggressive. He's going to make the right decisions. It's finding that balance, as you say, of when to take that risk. And that changes throughout the course of a game. You could be down, 10 points late in the game. You're going to have to fit some balls in there that you may not do it early in the game. But just understanding the importance of, again, not turning that ball over is critical. I would gladly, take a 5-yard gain over a 20-yard chance of an interception. I think that's the mindset we have to take.
Is that something that Ryan Tannehill's really doing a nice job with this year? Not that you're looking at that side of the ball.
I haven't been, but the guys that take care of the ball, generally you're going to see winning records on those teams. And that's the case throughout the history of football. If you don't turn it over, you're going to put yourself in a position to win.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Kay. Tony Grossi.
Hey, Alex, Vrabel's team definitely has some pass rush issues. It's an issue in Tennessee with, around that team. 2 of their guys went belly up easily in Clowney, but it hasn't brought about a downfall, that's for sure. So how have they compensated? Are they doing things in the back end to compensate?
Yeah, no, that's a really good defense scheme-wise. They're very multiple. They're going to give you multiple fronts in their base packages and multiple disguises in the back end, in their sub package. So it's a very big challenge. Their pressure packages, they're multiple as well. Different front spacings, different looks. So really, for us, it's the communication of understanding each pressure package and how they attack the offense and how we can defend them in pass protection. They do a really nice job. It's going to be a good challenge.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Our final question for Coach Van Pelt goes to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Alex, have you guys used your running backs in the pass game as much as you might have anticipated before the start of the season?
They do a whole heck of a lot for us in the run game. Obviously they can both catch the ball in the backfield. I don't feel like that's the case right now. I think we're moving the ball down the field without having to use those guys and rely on those guys in the pass game. Other guys are working for us well, but they definitely give you that ability to use them in the pass game.
And then, obviously Nick had that huge screenplay to end the game. Just especially Joel, how good a job did Joel do on that one block, clearing out the guy that looked to be in the way?
Yeah, no, Joel's been playing great all year long. I don't know if he got a game ball last week. I thought it was his best performance of the year for him. Well deserving. He was a critical part of that block. They had a linebacker down in that position that was responsible for Nick, and just doing his recognition of the man coverage and the tight coverage that was on Nick there, and him executing that block was really what sprung that screen to finish off the game.